So people ask, why am I not in support of Nigel Farage? Other than the fact he's nothing more than a rehashed 1980s Tory. Let's give a few reasons, right? He says that we cannot deal with the immigration crisis and stop the boats while we're in the ECHR. Really? I guess in Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, Italy never got the memo because they're kicking them out. They're dealing with these problems. Poland is even shooting dead these criminal aliens. And the ECHR is doing nothing about it. It can do nothing about it. It's a toothless court with no police. We need to ignore it at will. But Nigel Farage, little coward, is saying, no, we got to leave the ECHR. Everyone has to lose their human rights. We will have a new British Bill of Rights. Yeah, British politicians have done good when we put that level of trust in them, right? They done stuff that we can really trust them for. Go to hell, Nigel. Go to hell. Are you serious? What we need to do is this, you anti-Tommy, pro-Islam, foolish man. And you've done a great work to get where you have, but Elon Musk and Ben Habib and more Donald Trump are correct to demand that you step down from reform and leave. You're a wannabe Donald Trump. You could not achieve what Donald Trump has. All you want to do is run your mouth like a little multiculturalist. So what's the policy or alternative? Simple. We immediately go and put a tariff on French imports and we stop them. Or we stop them entirely. Why? Because they've done a violation of contractual rights of Britain. $500 million to $1 billion a year we've sent the French police to control their frontiers, the borders. They have done nothing but collaborate with organized crime gangs and Islamic factions, and it needs to stop. We let people of the world know the moment you step into our country without documentation, without papers, and in a place which is not a normal port of entrance, you have lost your right to live in our country ever. I don't give a damn if you're fleeing from North Korea. We'll send your ass back. You're gone. You will be deported within 48 hours. And how will we do it? We will charter the military jets and the military refueling planes, and we will send them into any country of the world. No one's going to do nothing about it, because any country that refuses us will have to pay a tariff to trade with us, and they're going to lose their foreign aid that we send to them. Wouldn't you like to save $12.5 billion a year, or whatever it is right now of foreign aid? They're probably keeping double that secretly and sending it out. I'm not telling the rest of us. Wouldn't you want to save that? How can we fund this stop migrants policy? How can we round them all up? Anyone who's in prison who was born abroad, you're going back to your country of origin. If you come to our country on a student visa and you support terrorist organizations like Hamas, Hezbollah, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Jabhat al-Nusra, the Houthis, the Muslim Brotherhood, the Jamaat al-Islam groups from Pakistan, adios. Go home. We don't want you. We don't need you. To anyone who wants to cause problems supporting them, we give you a ticket. You're going with them. We don't give a heck if you're born in our country. Goodbye. Treasonous ideology has no right to live in any nation of this planet. How can we afford to do that? Well, at the moment, we're spending about £9 million daily to put these savage aliens up. We're throwing our citizens on the street. We are ignoring. We are ignoring our citizens, our ex-servicemen, and we are even ignoring immigrants, those who have come to our country with documents, made an application, stayed in our country within the law, and they've done everything that it takes. And they've waited their time. They've been patient. They are not queue jumpers. They're not entitled, egotistical scumbags. They get just as angry too. So, we spend that 9 million not to help these people, but to throw them out. And when they're in the hotels, we already know where they are. How easy would it be to round them up at 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning, like chickens rising for a new day, knowing that by the time it comes to bedtime, they're going to be back in Baghdad, back in Bangladesh, back in Senegal, back in Nigeria. They may not like it. Their lefty supporters may not like it, but tough. And to any politician, local or national, any police officer, local or national, anybody who is involved in the rape gangs, the sexual jihad groups of Pakistani origin, or who are supporting these criminal aliens coming into our country, you're going to be put on warning. You are a collaborationist. Aiding and abetting is a criminal offense. Helping people break our immigration law and hiding illegals is a criminal offense, an extra criminal offense, and being part of something which turns a blind eye to organized crime or in any way has a touch of involvement in organized crime, whether you did the act or not, comes under joint enterprise. You are going to be thrown in prison. I don't give a damn if you was elected the same day. You will be thrown in prison, and that is the only way we can deal with this. Be tolerant of Islam, tolerant of a religion where it's God and its holy book calls Jews and Christians pigs and snakes. That says in the book, in chapter 9 of the Quran, fight the disbeliever wherever you find them. When Muhammad, their great example, said, you say you liked them with your mouth but cursed them with your heart. Don't tell me we have to be tolerant of intolerance. Kick them out. Declare Islam, like Le Pen rightly said, as a totalitarian, treasonous enemy ideology. Make converting to Islam a crime and treasonous. Start re-education camps to expose this. Force the police to release crime records based on their religion and ethnic origin. And there's another thing we need to do. The head of the CPS, our attorney generals, and the police commissioners will be thrown out of their jobs, and they will not be getting a public state pension, a public funded pension. They can go and do one. You helped to rape our country, to destroy our country. You're a criminal. It's about time we got serious on this. For people like Nigel Farage, multiculturalism is worth defending to the point that we stoke up the funerals, stoke up the fire in our own funeral parlor. I say multiculturalism is not worth defending for nothing. We are a Christian nation, a Christian culture, and a Christian people. And it's about time we let the world know that we are a nation under Christ King, not under Muhammad, not under Buddha, not under Krishna, not under Allah, not under anyone else. And we need to also understand this, because Muslims support something, it doesn't mean we need to oppose it. Because Muslims oppose something, it doesn't mean we need to support it. We don't need to be reactionary degenerates. But we need to do this in phases, and I can promise you this, within a couple of months, the problems that we have with immigration would be finished forever. Our economy can start growing again. Our prisons would be, according to ONS figures, between 25 and 40% freer. No more releasing pedophiles and rapists. How does that sound? Oh, and to those who think you can prison someone because you've offended someone on the internet, what would happen if we turned those laws around and said the left wing offends us, you're going to jail for just existing? You know, the Nazis did that against Jews and Gypsies. Do we really want to go with that route again? No. So let's go back to normalness. Freedom of speech will exist. Offending people online will not be a crime. Anyone that's been imprisoned for this, you will be released from prison, your records will be expunged, and you will be given adequate compensation. And there will be a full public apology. This is the politics we need. A politics of action, not talk and delay. A politics that the British people and the British public have been crying for at least 15 to 20 years now. Nigel Farage, stop selling us out. You are a coward and a rehashed 1980s Tory. You are not a British first patriot. You are not a British nationalist. You are not a Christian. You are a multiculturalist who thinks we need to support everything we do now. Just have a little harder policy on the EU and immigration. As if that's going to cure all of our problems. It won't. And when it comes to Tommy Robinson, He speaks the truth on Islam. But he's a multiculturalist who just does not like Islam. We need to get rid of both of these ideas. They're too weak. Too weak.